Hi, second graders. Today we're going to be talking about generating focused ideas for our imaginative narrative. For this lesson, you're going to need your reading journal and a pencil. You're also going to need, I created a worksheet for you guys that you can print off, and I'm going to link it in our agenda. You can also, if you don't have a printer, you could just write it in your notebook. So let me show you what I did. I just created the same version but in my notebook. So it says imaginative narrative, step 1, brainstorm, and then I just created a bubble map. So I have 6 bubbles and a square in the middle. So you can do that as well, and you can do the same for your next bubble map on the next page. We're going to use this worksheet that I've created just because it's a little bit easier. So for the first step, we're going to use an idea from Mrs. Ebert from Elementary Writing Coach. And her idea basically is that when we're going to brainstorm this together, okay? So you're going to imagine that you go to sleep one night and then the next morning you wake up and you're an animal. So I want you to think about, what animal would you pick? So we're going to, in the middle, write, wake up as an animal. Go ahead and do that with me. So now we've written in the middle of our page, wake up as an animal. And so now it's time to get brainstorming about all the different animals that you would pick to be for the day. So go ahead and write down the different animals. There's 6 bubbles here. You can add more, but I want you to start thinking about the different things that you could be. So now I've brainstormed all the different animals that I could be. So wake up as an animal, and then I have hummingbird, dog, dragon, lizard, parrot, frog, all the different things that I would want to be. And now I'm going to pick just one animal to focus on. So I'm going to pick my hummingbird. That is my favorite bird. So I'm going to circle this one, and I'm going to use this idea to take me into our second step, which is called our focus storm. So our focus storm looks a lot like our bubble map from our brainstorm, but our focus storm is going to focus in on that one animal, and instead of putting in the middle here the same thing that we did last time, we're going to write all the things that we could do as that animal. So I'm going to put, since I picked hummingbird, I'm going to put, as a hummingbird, I could, and then I'm going to brainstorm all the different ideas. So I want you to pick with your animal, you're going to write as a so if you pick dog, you would write as a dog, I would, and then you'll brainstorm all the different things. Okay, go ahead and do that now. So now remember, we're on step 2, so we're focused in on that one animal and what that animal would do, right? So I put in the middle, so you can write this too, as a I would. And because last time I picked hummingbird, I'm going to choose as a hummingbird. And then I'm going to look at all the different things that I could do. So for example, I wrote I could eat nectar from flowers, I could visit Oma, which is my grandma, across the ocean, I could sneak into a spaceship, I could meet other birds flying south, I could join a race and win, and I could fly up and look at my city, right? So all of these ideas, they're not full sentences, they're just written down pretty quickly. And so now, after I've done my focus storm, I'm going to pick 3 bubbles, 3 ideas that would be good for a beginning, a middle, and an end of my story. So I'm looking at like what fits together, right? So maybe flying to visit my grandma across the ocean would be a cool one to do, right? Who has ever seen a hummingbird cross the ocean? And then maybe this one, meet other birds flying south. Maybe I could do that after, right? And then, so I have 1 idea, 2 ideas. Maybe the first thing I'll do is probably fly up and look at my city. So those are the 3 things that I'm going to circle. So go ahead and circle your 3 things that you want to write about. So here are the 3 things that I've circled. And now I'm going to take these 3 ideas and I'm going to get really into the whole, dig really deep into them, right? So my beginning is probably going to be like the first step would make sense. Like if I just woke up as an animal, I'd probably fly up out of the house and look at my city. So that's the first thing. That's my beginning. So I'm going to take this idea and put it into my beginning bubble map. So I have another bubble map, and if you're doing this in your notebook, just sketch it out again. And here in the middle, I'm gonna put fly up and look at my city. That's the first thing that I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna come up with all the different ideas or details that I can think of. So remember, this is the beginning of my imaginative story, right? So remember, I picked from my second step, I picked fly and look at my city, and I put that in the center. And then I came up with all kinds of details of what I would see, what I would feel, what I would hear. So I would feel the cool air, I would feel the sunshine on my wings, I would maybe greet other birds, I could maybe see my friend's house, I could see tiny cars on the road, and I could see the parks and the mountains. So all of these details about all of my senses is really gonna help set the stage. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do that with my middle and my ending, okay? So after you've done that, I want you guys to share your process on Flipgrid and tell us how it went. I'm so excited for you guys to try this out.